In this asylum, I run the place. I love the look on your face. In this asylum, I wish you well, 'cause I'll be standing at the gates of hell. With twisted thoughts of you and me, mixed with twisted imagery. Toxic love affair, and toxic goddamn air.
Okay.
Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? Let us know where you're from. Yeah, we're doing a live investigation tonight from the Bonnie and Clyde Museum in Louisiana. Once again, let us know where you're from. If not, if you watched last night's investigation, we got another one tonight, live investigation, and we have another one tomorrow night, which is actually a Ouija board reading, we'll be on. But I know we're a little late tonight. We're on at 8 o'clock. You're usually on at 7 o'clock, but we're glad you hung in there and waited for us. So tonight we're with Ashley Storm and Jason Davis of Profoundly Paranormal. What's going on, guys?
Nothing, just like you said, I'm at the Bonnie and Clyde Ambush Museum in Gibson, Louisiana. I've investigated once here before by myself, and that ended up turning into a 6-hour documentary over what we ended up getting. So I really hope that you guys, they're as active for you guys tonight as they were for me. I'm going to take you guys through real quick and show you just the personal effects that they do have of theirs. In this particular museum is where they house the largest collection of their personal effects. So right here, one of the actual first times that they had ever been cornered by law enforcement was in Joplin, Missouri. And they left everything behind. Their guns, their jewelry, photo reels, everything. This is actual personal jewelry from Bonnie Parker. Hats. That's actually where the camera roll was found, that they developed these pictures, the infamous ones of them, of Bonnie shooting Clyde, of Bonnie smoking a cigar. I'm sorry, this place is just crazy. And it's not just Bonnie and Clyde that are actually in here. It's also Rosa Canfield, which was the owner of the cafe that they last ate at. It was called Ma Canfield's Cafe, and this is actually a part of the building now. This part in particular, right here, in this area, and this front area, is where they ate at, and this spot, right here, is where they last sat and ate dinner, or breakfast, I guess. But when I asked her the last time, where did you eat your last meal, she said, I'm thinking here. So they're very aware of where they are. Rosa Canfield's here. Mr. Perry, the gentleman who owns the place, his wife is also here, along with at least 3 or 4 other people. We're going to go ahead and get started over by the graveyard. We have the death cars, and then, sorry, there's so many in here right now. And then the autopsy room in the very back. I didn't do the autopsy room last time, so this is going to be fresh for everybody. We're going to go ahead and start right over here. Will you go kill some of the lights, please? Thank you. So what Mr. Perry did was he put them side by side. In real life, they're not actually buried together. They're buried 7 miles apart in Dallas. Their families would not let them be buried together. You can turn one of them back on so we have light, please. He has dirt from their grave sites actually incorporated into this particular exhibit. Turn one on back here. And then he has dirt from the ambush site from right underneath the tires of the car that they died in with blood on it. So they're pretty big anchors.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. The energy just in between here and there alone, if I start breathing heavy, I promise it's not because, like, I'm out of shape. It's just, they're very, very strong.
Yeah, well, I can tell that it appears to be quite heavy on you at the moment.
Yeah, you can tell by your breathing.
Yeah, it's...
You sound like me, like, in general, right?
Alright guys, if you have any questions you want to ask them, go ahead and drop them in the comments, and we'll get to them as soon as we can. Starting rolling on ABB session 1. And also, try and look for the shadows and the little lights that constantly pass. They show themselves as shadows a lot, too. Shadow figures follow all the time in here. Okay. Hello, Bonnie. Do you remember me? Is anybody in here with us right now? I'm going to switch over to AM real quick because we're in the country, so the FM doesn't really have a signal. Bonnie, can you come through and say hi to everybody? Rosa, are you here with us? Whoever's over there in the corner by the car, can you come forward and tell me your name? Bonnie, did you like the flowers and everything I left you last time? Thank you. So last time, guys, I brought her gifts. He actually put it in the graveyard. I brought her makeup and jewelry and flowers and stuff. Did you like it? Yes. Now, last time I was in here, you told me about how they took your baby. Can you come through and tell me who took your baby? Was it the zebras? Okay, guys, they're all over by the cars, so we're gonna go sit over there. These two are the death cars. They were both donated to the museum, but neither of them are the original. The original is actually at Whiskey Pete's Casino in Nevada, and it was here for a little while before. Yeah, I know, right? Before Whiskey Pete's bought it out. I do want to show you guys this real quick. They actually have some of the personal guns that were found in the car when they shot them down.
That's a lot of guns.
Yeah, they had a lot of large arsenal there, yeah.
The ones that they didn't end up confiscating from them and saving, they have replicas of it. So it's literally their entire arsenal just completely replicated for you.
So how close is? Do you know how close that car is to the original?
Oh, it's a perfect replica, actually. Down to the color. Sorry, they really don't like us being in this area. It's not that they don't like it. It's just They don't like being put on display in death. But they know that we're trying to help. But last time, I promised them I wouldn't pan onto their faces, but I did accidentally, and right here is when I end up getting pushed. And, like, I'm a big girl, you can't push me very easily. But they were not very happy about that. So I'm actually going to do a spirit box session from right here. Can you... So I don't know if you guys can actually see. I'm sorry, I'm shaking right now because they're all around. Okay.
So what they have? They have mannequins in there because it was kind of dark.
Yes. Let me turn on the light real quick. Will you go turn on the lights over here so everybody can see it? And also, they like the lights. It's not, you know how most people are like, well, make it dark and
just like
something. They actually really like the lights.
That mannequin just played a trick on me because I didn't see it the first time.
Yeah, I know.
So
I saw like an outline or something.
As far as I'm concerned, that mannequin disappeared out of nowhere. I was like,
yeah, and I'm sorry, but the shaking until we get away from this area is not going to stop. They're all up on me right now.
So what are you, Ashley?
What
are you feeling right now then?
Anxious because I know what they're saying, you know, and they just want the truth out.
Well,
trying to do it 90 years later is very difficult because a lot of this stuff has just been buried, and they're very insistent upon it, I guess you could say. And they also really, like I said, don't like us being near this car. So especially when we're near the car, they're all around me. So I feel just overwhelmed right now, pretty much. And he's kind of feeling it too, and he never really does.
Okay.
The other day at the Islamic Museum was kind of like the first time, but ever since then he's been just kind of weird. Yeah. Okay.
So if anyone watching senses anything, let us know as well, so we can try and match things up.
A couple of people in the chat already have been saying they've been feeling heaviness. One guy saying he was feeling like sick and he had to leave the actual video. So people were saying they had felt heaviness in their chest. So yeah.
I mean, the way you sound, Ashley, it's almost like you're in a room with very low oxygen.
Yeah, you're gasping for air.
It's like the air's very thin.
Imagine spending 8 hours in here by yourself in the dark. It's not a picnic. The first time I did it, I was by myself, and that was just it was an awesome experience for sure, but they definitely took advantage of that. Alright guys, just for clarification, for those who didn't watch it before, you guys can go back to our page and watch the first round of this museum and get what we're talking about. All of these other questions that I'm asking are based off of responses that I got last time. So I'm pretty much just following up with them now. So if you're kind of lost, I don't mean for you to be. I'm just trying to continue from where I left off last time. Now, when I was using the paralysis 2, which is pretty much like an obulus, I asked, how did you die? And noisy came through, and then right after noisy, holes came through. So,
well, yeah, I suppose they are noisy holes.
Noisy holes. What else? Bullet holes. So we're going to try and play off of that right now.
Hey, Ashley, quick question for you. Melissa wants to know if you're feeling heaviness in your chest.
Well, yeah, I can't breathe at all. I'm shaking, and my left arm is going kind of numb like it did last time. So yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. All right. That answered your question.
What?
Flushed, you're never so red ever.
Oh, he said I'm flushed. I'm never this red ever. So yeah.
If you need to take a second to compose yourself, then don't worry about it.
I know when to stop, but it's just now they're all. I mean, it's the 3 that were here last time that didn't really even bother with me. They're starting to talk now too. So
why do you think they're why do you think they're affecting you like how they are now?
Because I honestly think because it's so many. First of all, last time it was only 3 of them that kept coming through. It was Bonnie, Clyde, Rosa, and then sometimes Mr. Perry's wife. Sorry, there's like somebody. right behind me. And I'm going to show you guys because last time I'm alive, and I showed Daryl this video, I was on a live feed, and the shadow just went straight behind me with lights on, everything. So sometimes I can see behind me and catch them.
Yeah, guys, it was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think, maybe longer than that now. If you go back and watch her video, what's it, like, in the 12-minute mark or something?
Like 12:04, 12:07.
Yeah, something like that. You'll see an actual shadow shoot behind her from, I believe it was from left to right.
It was right before I told you guys that something had been following me all night, and then right afterwards, not even a minute, right? I actually refocused back over to the area because I tell you guys that something's right there, and you can clearly tell that I'm like just kind of out of it because, yeah, right? There's like a tapping coming from inside of the car right now.
Could we
we're gonna start.
I was gonna say before you do anything, could we ask if we go silent, could we ask them to try and make a noise loud enough for us to hear?
Oh, of course. I'm pretty sure they would. They like making noises.
Okay. Could you do that for us, please?
Bonnie, Clyde, Rosa, Boots. Even I know you like to make noise and touch things. Would you come through and make some type of noise for us? Or I'm going to stand up real quick. Would you guys make any type of noise for us? Move something, particularly over by the car where I can hear you. Can you play that music that you were playing for me the last time? There's something moving over here. This room that I didn't go into last time is because I don't really like their bodies laying out like that, but yeah, a lady actually was in there taking pictures one day and got the camera smacked out of her hand.
Really?
And she wasn't a believer in any of that type of stuff, and she ran out of here. So, can you make a noise? You heard that, right? So, okay, so it's because we were just walking, but something just moved right in that corner near their grave. Can you make a noise over here by the black car and by the red room? Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
No.
I heard that.
That came from inside the room.
The room that you're in right now?
The red room. The room that I didn't go in last time because I don't even just walk a good floor. And this is where I'm going to be doing this other spirit box session, right in the middle of them. I can show you real quick. I mean, it's gruesome. They call it the red room because he has that red light, but it's also because of all the blood. So what's in here, they have the mannequins, and covered with blood, the actual hats that they were wearing when they passed away, and all of the death photos in here.
Nice.
So let's save this. Gosh.
So they're the hats that they wore when they died are in there, yeah?
So they have blood inside of it.
Okay, so they actually contain their
so
blood.
Go ahead.
They actually contain their blood. How do you
Wow.
think they feel about that?
They absolutely hate that they were made a spectacle of in their death. Because one, if you actually go back and watch the real history thing that I did, they were not as bad as everybody made them out to be. They were not ruthless killers. Bonnie never killed anybody. That Highwaymen movie that came out is just all types of wrong. Sorry. He was young and stupid, and instead of, helping him reform or be a better person, like, they started putting him in jail at 16 in, like, hardcore prisons. What do you expect when you sit there and introduce somebody to, like, the worst criminal element possible? They're going to become the worst criminal possible. when they're just stuck in jail since 16 over a petty robbery.
Mhm.
Right, I totally agree. Yeah, that's even today's system does that.
Yeah. That's what I said. Recidivation. You sit there and keep them in those systems, but you don't rehabilitate them, especially at a young age. What do you expect? But I mean, yeah, they weren't as bad as they were given credit for. They also, a lot of the crimes that they were given credit for, they did not do. It was more like a personal vendetta from the Dallas Sheriff's Office than anything. They were tired of looking stupid, and so they hired Frank Hamer, who, honestly, in my book, was more of a serial killer than he was a Texas Ranger. Because serial killers take memorabilia. They take trophies of the they kill. A lawman is not supposed to do that. And he actually took a lot of their personal effects after he shot them down as trophies.
Wow.
Yes. And they made more money off of selling the things in their car, their death car and everything, than they ever stole. They made at least 20 times more off of their stuff than they ever stole from anybody. You heard that right? Okay, we're gonna start because they're talking, and I want you guys to hear this. I hope that it comes through. Bonnie, can you come through and tell me again how you died? Can you tell me who you were trying to help when you were shot? I just heard Ivy. Okay, so he just replied Ivy, which is Ivy Methvin, and that was the gentleman that was needed shot to help. Bonnie, how can I help you with the baby? Yeah. Baby? Rosa, can you come through and say your name? Well, yes. Why don't you like the bedroom? I'm gonna do.
Ashley,
I
quick question,
think
from,
I heard
Mary.
just before you asked the question about Mary. I think I heard blood in that last bit, although I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone can if they can confirm that for me.
If anybody heard blood, let us know in the chat. But Mary wants to know if you can ask Bonnie what she loved most about Clyde?
Sure. Give me 1 second, I'll start the spirit box again, and then I'm going to do a burst EVP session to see if they come through like they did last time on the EVP.
Okay.
Bonnie, sweetheart. Can you come through and tell me what you like the most about Clyde? I did. Did you think he was handsome? I don't know if you guys heard it, but she came through and said, yeah, I did, after I asked if she liked it because he was a bad boy.
Okay.
But she had a penchant for bad boys, actually, and I don't know if most of you know this, but she actually was not ever married to Clyde. She was actually married to Roy Thornton, and they never divorced because back then, it was incredibly frowned upon. He just up and left her one day, so she just kind of moved on with her life and ended up with Clyde. She died wearing the wedding ring from her first husband, and her and Clyde were actually never married. But he was a huge criminal. He was actually a thief as well. So most people attribute Bonnie getting into this lifestyle to Clyde, but they don't realize that she's always liked that lifestyle. She has always wanted to be, and she wrote about it constantly, she wanted to be a gangster gal, was what she called it. So it wasn't Clyde's fault. Most people blame it on him, but it wasn't his fault. He actually begged her multiple times to stay with her family back in Dallas after it got really hot for them, and she never would.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
You alright?
Uh-huh. She really wants to say something, but I feel like she just doesn't have enough energy. She was very active with the people today, apparently, Mr. Perry said. Bonnie, can you come through in this red light and tell me anything that you want to say? Can you come and sing a song like you did last time? I brought the microphone again for you. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Come and talk into this red dot right here. Uh-huh. Did you guys hear that?
No. What was it?
The boom. So they like to hit the walls too when you're on they just move from room to room to mess with you. He just heard it too. There was just a boom on the other side of that wall, which happens.
Right across from each other.
Yeah.
Way on the other side.
Which happens all the time. In the first series that I did here as well, you'll constantly hear the booms in the background. Let me play this back real quick. Alright. Uh-huh. She really wants to say something, but I feel like she just doesn't have enough energy. She was very active with the people today, apparently, Mr. Perry said. Bonnie, can you come through in this red light and tell me anything that you want to say? Can you come and sing a song like you did last time? I brought the microphone again for you. Did you hear that?
Heard something.
Does anybody else have anything they want to say? Come and talk into this red dot right here. You kept hearing the humming, right?
Yeah. Sound like you're driving hot actually.
Okay, well, can you come through and move the door again? They also opened the doors a lot last time. Can you come and open any of the doors? He's really upset right now. I don't know why, but he is. He's never really given off this type of energy before.
Is he mad because he's on video and a lot of people can see him?
Did he recently see the film on Netflix? Maybe.
Yeah, did he see this film on Netflix?
I honestly, I think them off when they hear. I know it does, because he's talked about it before, that he doesn't like when people come in and are disrespectful. I said, what don't you like about people coming in? He said, the disrespect. Like, how dare you? And I think it's because people talk a lot of shit about them. And, oh, I'm going to go into the red room because that place is popping. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So, it's always over here by their grave, that wall. When I was in my first investigation, I did my EVP sessions up in that front room, and this was the wall that we kept hearing the booms on right by their graves.
Just in case people don't know if they're just tuning in, that's not their actual graves. They're just a replica of their graves. In case people are wondering.
But it's got actual dirt from their graves.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, since the light's on, I'll show you. But so there's dirt from their real graves, and then there's dirt from the ambush site right underneath the tires where they died. Right there.
Yeah.
So their life and death anchors are just feet away from each other. Alright, will you hold this while I... Because I want to see if anything comes behind me.
Yeah, the car is... We have mentioned this before, but obviously people come and go all the time on the live feed. It's an exact replica, so it's exactly as how the original looked. Which for me personally shouldn't make a difference in terms of the spirits being drawn to it or whatever. So
they get just as much. Oh god. Alright guys, we're gonna start the spirit box session inside of the red room. Now keep in mind they never actually had autopsies, which it's supposed to happen. They were just given inquests. Their bodies were just shipped off to Arcadia. The coroner said cause of death was death by gunshot. You heard that, right?
Yes, right there.
Just a click over here in the
Yeah, right there, guys, where we heard a little click.
And then they were sent off to Dallas to be buried separately, and they did not like that. Can you guys come through here and talk? Mommy, can you tell me why you don't like this room?
Yeah, it's really heavy filling right now.
Clyde, can you tell me why you don't like this room? Can you tell me what color you were wearing when you got slave on it? Bonnie, what did they do to your baby? We have to leave the room real quick. Oh, God. So, if anybody who's watching has any type of psych abilities, medium, whatever.
Does it look smoky in here, do you?
Right? Now you smell like cigar smoke.
You can see it very clear. I don't know if they can on here because of the camera, but it is very smoky.
I think they're psychically linked with me because I'd love one right now. I've not smoked all day.
But she just, I don't know if anything came through on here clear enough for y'all to hear, but
it's like right there by the grave. It's
Yeah.
just like a fog.
Yeah, I can see it.
Alright guys, so go completely dark to see if maybe that helps.
Is that actual smoke or fog there? What is that?
Well, it looks like, but it's not.
There's not anything like,
Yeah, this is an actual museum, so there's no smoke in here, period.
there's no way it's coming from anywhere.
Well, that's the first time I've ever seen fog roll in before. Other than the graveyard.
That's pretty strange, to say the least.
She said it took them a long time to communicate with her. I'm just worried that maybe me being here with her this time might kind of spook them away a little bit because they don't know me.
It's not just you. It's also obviously we're here as well. I mean, I know we're not there physically, but obviously the spirits will be aware of what's going on.
So it's kind of what we're doing right now.
But that's the thing is so last time it took me reading that like hour-long riff history that I had read for them, reading a bunch of her poetry, connecting with them on a personal level to get them to start talking. And one of the responses I actually got was her finishing, or her saying part of one of her poems. Okay.
We got stuff here because it's autofocusing real bad, so it's here.
Guys, I'm sorry you people upset you.
Yeah, I saw something I kind of.
Can you come through and tell me what the name of the restaurant was?
Yeah, it's very bad. I mean, you can barely hear it, but I heard it. That was a male voice.
Can you come through and tell me if you were the one touching my butt last time? Can you tell us your middle name? That's his middle name. Can you move something for us? I see. Boots is standing like right behind you right now.
I can say I felt like something was behind me.
He's
We got some people in the chat asking if there's somebody. You feel like there's somebody standing behind you.
Most definitely. I thought that I didn't want to interrupt your question.
There's somebody behind both of us. There's somebody definitely right behind me, and there's Boots is right. I can see Boots.
One of our regular viewers, Melissa, said that she thinks she said Clyde, but let's say a man behind you. I told you he wants them guns. That's what I reckon it is. And by guns, I literally mean guns on the wall. That's not a euphemism for anything.
Boots is right back there staring at Jason. Boots doesn't necessarily like Jason because he's a male and he can't grab on him. Boots is very grabby. Boots was actually the son of Ted Hinton, one of the sheriffs from Dallas that shot down Bonnie and Clyde. And he's the one who opened this museum, and his presence is still very much here. It's also something that Bonnie and Clyde are not happy with, having to share this space in the afterlife with him. So that you can actually hear in my first session here, they use the spirit box to argue back and forth with each other. But yeah, so yeah, there's someone behind us, there's someone behind him. I want to just be completely quiet and see if they'll move something again, because they're starting to be more comfortable. Can you guys come through and make the walking noises or hit something again?
Something's up there. There was something.
Can you do me a favor and let's see. Oh, here it is. Money. They love money. Apparently they like to play with money.
Who doesn't?
We'll do this. There's a $20 bill right here. Will you come and move it or take it from me? You can have it if you can take it. And there are no fans on or anything in here. So if it moves, it's not any of us. Did you see it move?
It's hard to tell on camera. It kind of looks like it did.
I hate staring at things for a long period of time because your eyes start like playing tricks on you.
Yeah, like tricks. Okay.
So I sort of
look away real quick because I swear to God it just moved.
Because I thought it moved, but I don't want to say it did because I don't know if it's just my eyes.
Move that again and try and take it.
It moved.
Moved, right?
It looks like it's moving.
It kind of wobbled.
Yeah, it's wobbling. There it is.
There's like a little draft coming through. But I mean, there's no air conditioning. There's no.
I can just grab my hand.
I mean, can you put your hand on the floor next to the bill and just see if you can feel a draft?
Oh yeah, he just felt like somebody grabbed his hand.
Yeah, I can put it right here on my fingertip. I can sit like right here. was talking to him, it like really moved.
Yeah.
It's moving now. It just moved.
It moved again. Are you trying to get enough strength to actually get it? You can use my energy if you want. What was that back there? Film back there real quick.
Okay, nope.
I'm going to do it like this to see if you can see it a little better. Just put you guys up. Dude.
Is that you, or is that...
No, did you see that?
Yeah.
You all saw that, right?
Yeah, we saw it.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Do you really want it? You can have it if you want it. Can you take it from my hand?
Do you have any more money on you? Maybe.
I do, right? Maybe you want more. Here, you can have this 10 too if you can move them. That's a lot of money.
Put like a couple of $100 down and see if it disappears.
Can you come and move both of these? That would be pretty impressive.
I mean, $20 probably would have been a lot when they were alive.
Yeah.
And there's not much difference. I mean, would they have looked exactly the same in the 1920s or whenever? I don't really know.
Pretty much. I mean, just the coloration has changed.
Because I mean, our in the UK, our money changes like all the time.
So the top, I don't know if y'all can see it, but that top one is moving like he's trying to get both of them, but it's like too much.
Sorry, my nose is playing up all of a sudden.
If it moves when we come back, we'll know that it was them. So I'm placing it right here in front of their graves, okay, guys?
Someone on YouTube is saying "Let it rain."
Let it make it rain.
Like.
I don't have any dollar bills.
I've always wanted to do that, but I've never had enough money on me.
You said pull out 100. Like we're paranormal investigators, not dollars. What?
Plus, the smallest bill we have in terms of paper money is £5, so I'm not doing that. I'm poor.
I want to go over in this particular corner. Maybe. I'm going to actually go and sit inside of the gravesite.
Okay.
And see what that...
Just let everybody know, about 6 or 7 minutes, we're going to switch over to the American Ghost Hunter page and leave Paranormal Warehouse, and you guys can pick it up from there on the investigation.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Will you hold this while I get in there, please? It's okay. It's just supposed to go on that. Okay, so I'm not actually stepping on the dirt where they're, like the part where the dirt from their graves are. Not that disrespectful. That's actually up in the corners, up by the actual tombstones. And I'm only in this area because this is where we hear all the noises, all the clanks. God, it's already good. You guys have any other questions you want to ask? Go ahead. Okay. What truth do you want to be told? Everybody is listening to your story now.
Someone was asking if you could get Bonnie to see if she could recite one of her poems.
Sure. I want to do it up in that front corner, though, where she did it last time.
Okay.
That helped for some reason.
Yeah, it was Sheila was asking.
Bonnie, do you remember the poem that we read together last time? You read the story of Jesse James, of how he lived and died. If you're still in need of something to read, here's the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Now, Bonnie and Clyde are the same. Now, can you finish it for me? To make it easier, if you know that she's responding, I'm just going to do certain parts of the poem and then tell you what's supposed to come next to see if it coincides.
One second. For people who are just tuning in, people are asking where the investigation is. It's the Bonnie and Clyde Ambush Museum.
In Louisiana?
In Louisiana, right?
Yep, it's in Louisiana. You've heard the story of Jesse James, of how he lived and died. You're still in need of something to read. Here's the story of... Can you finish it? It doesn't have to do that. What is happening? You hear that though, right? When it comes through and it's like the... It's weird. It doesn't ever do that. Our spirit box has never really made that noise before.
Sometimes they can make really weird noises, in fairness.
So we're about ready to switch over, Alex?
Yeah, so so give us 5 minutes, guys, and we'll be continuing this investigation on our Facebook page. Just need 5 minutes to get everything all set up.
So go check us out over at the American Ghost Hunter page. Go in there. We'll be back on about 5-6 minutes, somewhere in there. We're going to leave Paranormal Warehouse because they have another show coming on, and we're going to switch over.
Okay, guys, so we'll see you soon.
All right, we'll be back in a minute.